Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids. In this video, I'm going to show you 6 Work Tough gear knives. The vast majority of these are brand new. They're either prototypes that are going to come out later in the future, or they have just recently come out. So we have 1 or 2 that are a little bit smaller and more compact, and then definitely some larger ones as well. So let's jump right into it. All right, here's the first one. This is the Ankura. I recently posted some pictures of this on my Instagram account. And what I'll do here is talk about it, just give you some thoughts, and also roll in some additional footage as well. First thing I noticed about this knife as soon as I picked it up is the lock-in for the handle. For a large size hand, which I have, this thing just, as soon as I picked it up, I'm like, that fits really nicely. The palm swell is in a nice location. Let me show you that right there. Where basically the cutouts for your index finger and then your other 3 are gonna fall. Great thumb ramp, really nice. Give you a look at it there on that side. Now it says blackout on this side. It is SK85 for your steel, which has been a steel they use a lot and I do like a lot. So I think blackout is either like the person or the people who design the knives, and then the Ankura is the name. Most of their knives, you get a couple different options as far as like, do you want like the acid wash finish or like a stone wash finish? This is just kind of a plain, it's not really polished, but just a regular kind of plain finish. And then you do get some options often with the handle as well. So this is black, no liners, full tang as you can see. I'll show you the Kydex here. Nice solid lock-in for the Kydex. There's the other side. A little bit of a rattle, but it's not coming out. Nice and solid for your lock-in. It's a wide blade, so if you want, this is for if you want something that's a little bit wider as far as how you're using your knife out in the woods or whatever. This is certainly a one you might want to check out. Definitely got a very serious tip there, so it's not rounded at all. It's definitely, it's coming to a serious point. You can see a little bit of a choil there, so you can sharpen all the way down to the end of the blade. But yeah, first thing, as soon as I pick this up, I'm like, my thumb falls here, my hand locks in, just feels really good in hand. Now again, this video is kind of an overview. I'm not giving you a full review of all these things. You'll see future use for a lot of these knives, on my Instagram page and other videos and stuff like that. But just want to let you know about this. SK85, this is the Ankura. Cool knife. Now this is, as I'm looking at the knives over here, this is the smallest of the knives. The rest of them are going to get larger than this. So that's our first Work Tough gear knife we want to show you. All right, here's the second one. Like a Kukuri style. I believe this is it's called the Nightmare or the Nightmare S, or maybe it's Nightmares. But yeah, Kukuri style knife, which I'm a big fan of Kukuris. I'll show you in the Kydex sheath here so I can do it on camera, lock it in properly. It does have the pull the dot system so that you can't accidentally pull the snap down this way. You have to pull it like away from the bottom of the blade. So that's what it looks like. Serious jimping up there on the top, and on the bottom certainly thinking about some sort of pry options or something like that, especially when you have it in the sheath so you don't stab yourself. Multiple hand locations for the what's the word I'm looking for? Multiple hand positions, that's the word I'm looking for. Hand positions for that Kukuri. So the way the handle is built, you can hold it in a variety of ways. So you can hold it way up here if you wanted to, maybe with 3 fingers to lock in, do some more detail work. You can hold it kind of right in the middle with maybe, 2 fingers above this little ridge and 2 below. And then you could certainly hold it all the way down here for more chopping power. Now the advantage of a Kukuri style is that basically it's canted forward, right? So if your wrist is like this, how you're holding a knife, you almost have to kind of tilt it forward an extra bit to get it to chop. Whereas with this, your wrist is very comfortable when it's actually hitting the material that you're chopping. So again, look at the blade there. This is SK85 as well. Choil, you can see there, so you can definitely do some sharpening all the way up to the end. You get that kind of, sort of like a fuller up there on the top. You do have a hole for a lanyard there, no hole on the back end here. So your lanyard is you're gonna have to set up your lanyard system through that hole, not your standard kind of loop it there, put it through the end and then loop it around your wrist. This thing is lightweight though. It's relatively compact compared to some other Kukuris I've used. I love the Tops Kukuri, Bushcrafter Kukuri I think it's called, but that is definitely heavier than this guy. I'll show you in the sheath again real quick. Lock this down. So that's what that looks like. There's the back side. I think they sent me it's not, they look like Maxpedition, but they're different, like Max Force maybe. snaps, I think if I remember properly or correctly, that you can rock with this. And then certainly you could just put paracord around if you want to attach it to gear or something like that. But this guy has the blue liners. There'll probably be other options in the future. See if you can see that blue there. Yep. So that's kind of a cool tool. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Kukuris just because I think they're usable in a variety of ways. But like when I want to hold it and do the detail work, I can lock up like this. And when I want to chop, I can lock it in, hold my hand like that. So that's the Nightmare or Nightmare S, I'm going to guess. On the sides here it says Work Tough Gear Prototype 02 2021. So this is it's not brand new because we're in October now, but a newer prototype, newer style from Work Tough Gear. All right, this one I've already done a review on. But this is the Pusan or Pusan, I think it's Pusan Wilderness Buoy or Bowie. So many different ways to say this. So I'll show you that on the back there. I already checked this guy out and reviewed it. Big hefty chopper. If you got large hands, this is going to be the one for you. And yet you can still choke up on it. I mean, you can see that thing is well used. Definitely put this thing through the paces. Lanyard hole there. Now there is a version of this that's even larger. I'll show you in a second. Kind of similar style with that clip point. But this guy's a bear. It is definitely a beast of a knife. And then again, if you wanted to, you could choke up and do some finer work. I wouldn't say, ooh, I do have a ding in the. Looks like no, never mind. I thought I had a ding in the blade, but that was just some dirt on it. One of the logs I use for chopping sometimes. My son drove some nails into it at one point, so every once in a while I forget and I hit those when I'm doing chopping. But yeah, I mean this is a real hefty. Large, nice blade. It is by Positive Made Blade Designs, and I think it's Indiana. Is that what it says? Indiana, USA. You can see their logo there. It's a little hard to see in the dark, but anyhow, big, hefty Bowie style knife, SK85. If you like this, but you're like, I want something even bigger, I got you. I got you covered. Here's the sheath coming up. This does not lock in really tight, so if I really push this like, swing it like that, it's gonna fall out. So I would find a way to additionally secure it, maybe crank down put another bolt in up higher to crank it down even tighter. But there's your Kydex. They do nice Kydex work. It's nothing super fancy, but basic and well done. I think they do a nice job with that. And here's some of the Max Force clips on the back. So this again, Pusan Wilderness Buoy, another big hefty one from Work Tough Gear. All right, this one really slick looking. I believe it's pronounced caviars or caviars, and I think this is only the second one that is out there. So I have the number 02 on the back there. SK85, just a cool looking blade. It reminds me of the hungless, but a little bit more ninja style, if you will. A little bit more flair to it. So you do have an option to put a lanyard in a couple holes there, also up here as well. You can see we've got some sweep in the blade, so you got the drop and then rises back up. You can see the lanyard hole there, and then as far as if you want to choke up, you can get up nice and close there. The choil, you can rock your finger in there, and you can also sharpen all the way back to the end of the blade. They often do red and black as far as liners for me, because red and black is Everyday Tactical Vids colors. So as far as positions for this guy, certainly you can hold like this. You can hold it with your finger in that first little cutout, and then you can hold it back further here as well for chopping. I just think that's a handsome looking knife. Very kind of unique, cool design, lots of angles and stuff. The handle is, for me, for this size knife, is just about right. Maybe a tiny bit thicker for me, I would like it, but I think this is still quite comfortable. And again, for me, I'm locking in my hand like this to do any smaller work, and then probably back here to do more chopping work. I'll show you the Kydex here. I don't see how. Yeah, that's pretty solid too. There's your Kydex, the caviars or caviars. There's the back side. Just a cool looking knife. If you want a large blade, excuse me, got some mosquitoes flying around here. You want a large blade for chopping, slicing, hacking through stuff. Looks like it's about a 1/4 inch thick at its thickest right there. Yeah, this could be one that's we're checking out. First production run 0421, and it says, I believe it's IYK on there. Again, this is like I just got these, and I'm going through, just showing you guys what's available from Work Tough Gear. So there's this guy. I'll show you the back so you can see it. KABIAZ. This is a cool one. I like this guy a lot. All right, we got two more to show you here. Here's the Kydex for this one, and you can probably tell this is gonna be a chopping beast. So this is with the kind of like acid wash finish Nomad Chopper. So I mean, look at that angle on that thing, like, that's the sound effect that comes to mind. That is a chopping tool, and that's gotta be thicker than a 1/4 inch. It's gotta be a little bit thicker than 1/4 inch, but a big, hefty chopper. So much weight in the front, this thing is just gonna bust through stuff. I got nice blue liners on mine. Again, they'll probably offer other colors as well. You can see Work Tough Gear, prototype 01-2021. There's that info there. Hand locks in nicely to the back section. Throw a lanyard on there. You got a hole here. You got 2 holes or 1 hole back there to really lock it in. Man, as soon as I pick this thing up, I'm like, that thing is beefy. So this is kind of a, I would say, leans toward competing with the El Chete from Tops. It's probably even thicker than the El Chete. But yeah, I mean, just a big, hefty chopper. Look at that finish. That's really slick. It's just says like, I'm here to destroy stuff. Nomad Chopper there on the back. Oh, that is not light. That is a big, beefy chopping tool. You could baton through the universe with this thing. So there's that guy, and I believe designed by Zeke. Probably know that he's made some other of the Nomad knives from Work Tough Gear. I'd love to check out the Nomad. It's not the field knife, but it's like the smallest EDC style one. It often has like an orange blade. I've seen posts on Instagram. So there's that guy, the Nomad Chopper. Again, here it is in the Kydex. Let me lock it in here. This guy's probably, that's pretty good. I would be careful though, based on the weight. I could see that thing popping out of the Kydex. But nicely done Kydex variant, just like Kydex as well. So that's the Nomad Chopper. So I mentioned before, if you like the Pusan Wilderness Buoy and you wanted something even bigger, I got you covered. Check this thing out. Bleh. Just boom. Just large chopping tool. The Pusan Predator Hunter SK85. Just ginormous. There's some of the logo there, information. Prototype, this is from February 2021. Positive made blade design in, is it Indiana? Let me double check. Yeah, it looks like Indiana, USA. I mean, it's just a larger version of the other one. I mean, even larger. It's monstrous. Got that clip there. You got your fuller. Has that kind of acid wash sort of finish there. Red liners for mine. It even has the acid wash on the back there. Definitely, I find this one locks in even better for me because of the angle of this little finger guard. Kind of, it rolls back, and it looks like they may have, I mentioned in the other one, I would like to see them kind of smooth out the edges a little bit on the finger guard. It looks like they've done that there. So this guy locks in really nicely for such a beefy blade. Obviously, it's going to be front heavy based on the size of it. Let me put this in the Kydex so you can see what that looks like. So that's that. Again, this guy, yeah, it'll slide out, so I would definitely crank it down, throw a bolt in there or something, or put something around the handle to make sure it's locked in. But there's your Kydex. Again, basic but nice job that they do with the Kydex. The Pusan Predator Hunter, just a monstrous knife. Let me show this compared to the Pusan Wilderness Buoy. This one's definitely got, I don't know, probably another 2 inches, and it's definitely, is it wider? No, it's about the same width. But you put these tip to tip here, you can see the end. Definitely a larger chopping tool, man. This thing is just a bear. So you can do a lot of stuff with this. It does feel quite manageable, and I will say that the palm swell on this one feels smaller than on the Wilderness Buoy. This one feels, overall the handle just feels beefier. This one's got a little bit more contour and feels actually more comfortable in my hand. So a monster blade from Work Tough Gear. My purpose in this video here is just to let you know about some more blades from Work Tough Gear. These are really cool. I do like the Kukuri style. I do like the Cabayas or Cavias, I can't remember exactly, but that one is right kind of in my sweet spot as far as like my preference for, if I have to have a one-tool option out in the woods, that guy's the size I'm looking for. The proper chopper is just a bear, and then the Pusan knives are both really cool as well. And then you got that smaller one, that first one as well. I think that's got some, like I said, that's probably the best lock-in I've ever seen on a Work Tough Gear. As far as how my hand falls in place for me, boom, that's exactly where I want it to be. I think the Predator that we just looked at there is probably the biggest knife that they make. Like I've seen the Kuma King Destructo and some of the other knives. I think the Predator's the biggest one that I've seen them make so far. maybe you know another larger knife, but that thing is large. Let me show you real quick as we wrap up here. A couple of these knives do come in actually like a carrying case as well. So for the Predator, you get this carrying case, Work Tough gear, and then you're basically gonna slide it in behind these elastics, like so. You can see that. And just zip it up. And I don't have it on this one, but I do have a strap that you can actually put it on. You know, if you don't want to just carry it with the handle, there's a strap you can put on, let's see, this loop and this loop. Throw it over a shoulder, you know, throw it around your chest or whatever it might be, but nice carrying option from Work Tough gear. With that said, what's your favorite blade that we just showed you? Tell me which one you like the most. I'll pass the word on to Work Tough gear so they know, you know, what's most popular and what they should focus on getting more of those produced sooner than later. I don't have prices, I don't have all the other fine level details, but like you saw, I rolled in some information here on the bottom of the screen so you can know some of the details. But thanks for watching. Let's hear your thoughts and your feedback. And again, I'll pass this on to Work Tough gear as well. All right, guys, thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.